So you'll put that thing between my legs? Curious alien girl. The translator buzzed slightly before translating her words into his earpiece. So you'll put that thing between my legs? Dylan choked on his water. What? The alien girl, small, silver-skinned, and startlingly direct, tilted her head. Her violet eyes blinked slowly, processing his confusion. You said it must go between the legs. That is where the power regulator must be inserted? Yes. He looked down. In his hands was a diagnostic scanner, a rectangular device meant to strap under the pilot seat of the shuttlecraft, between the seat legs. The ship was down on the edge of a forest, and her species emergency manual had been both sparse and full of mistranslations. He coughed and waved his hands. Yes, sorry. I meant between the seat's legs. Not yours. Definitely not yours. Oh. She blinked again. Strange that human words change so much depending on angle. No kidding, Dylan muttered, still red. She introduced herself hours ago as Tarier, an apprentice scout from the Azurillian Expedition Corps. Her sleek silver-blue skin shimmered in the sunlight, and two thin antennae curled upward from her hairline, twitching when she was curious or confused, which was often. When Dylan had found her ship crash-landed behind the ridge near his outpost station on Harkos 3, she was frantically trying to repair it using tree sap and a rock. The translator device she wore didn't help much. It had trouble with slang, idioms, or anything that wasn't scientific terminology. Still, he couldn't leave her there. So he brought her in, gave her water, and started helping her repair the ship. And now here they were. Awkwardness blooming like alien fungi. Day 2. Why does your species cover their primary heat exchange organ? Tarier asked. Dylan paused mid-wrench turn on the shuttle's underside. You mean my head? No. This. She tapped his chest. More specifically, his shirt. You keep it wrapped all day. Isn't that dangerous? It might overheat. We wear clothes for modesty, culture, protection. But it is not dangerous to show it. No, but it's impolite. Tarier looked thoughtful. Strange. Our males display theirs as a sign of health and mating appeal. Dylan felt heat rise to his cheeks. Well, our customs are different. Probably for the best. You are red again. Does that mean you are overheating? No, that means I'm embarrassed. She stared at him with wide curiosity. Do humans become weaker when embarrassed? He laughed despite himself. No, just flustered. Let's finish the engine check. Day 3. Dylan handed her a datapad. You'll need to run a magnetic sweep here. Hold the handle tight. Push the end down between. My legs, she asked innocently. He groaned. You know what I meant. Tarier giggled. It was a soft, bell-like sound, alien and oddly beautiful. You are very amusing, Dylan. I like your color changes. He looked at her, exasperated. I'm not a chameleon, Tarier. But you are still interesting. Most humans I read about were aggressive. Or loud. You are not loud. Is that good? She tilted her head. Yes. For a moment, they simply worked in quiet companionship, the hum of tools blending with the chirps of alien insects. Then she said quietly, I'm glad you found me. I was afraid no one would help. He looked up. Her eyes were focused on the wiring, but her expression was somber. You're not alone now, he said. Day 5. The ship was nearly ready. Power was restored. Navigation recalibrated. Just one more module remained. It was an awkwardly shaped stabilizer core. This part, Dylan said, goes into a tight compartment. You'll have to slide it in carefully. Tarier picked it up. Like when you insert the nutrient rods into a grow womb? Sure, that sounds similar. She narrowed her eyes at the slot and muttered, "It is so small. How does your kind even manage with parts like this?" "With patience," he said. She knelt and began adjusting the core into place, grunting slightly as she tried to force it. Then she paused, turning over her shoulder. "So you've never seen an Azurillian female before, correct?" "No, you're my first." Her antennae twitched. Then, "Do you find me visually repulsive?" "What? No." Dylan said quickly, "You're elegant, shiny, very symmetrical." She blinked. "That's high praise among my kind." "Glad to hear it." She stood and dusted her hands. "Then why do you keep looking away whenever I approach closer than this?" She stepped closer. "Does my scent offend?" Dylan froze. "No, not at all. It's just you're very forward. We are not taught to be indirect. If a bond pair is pleasing, we ask. If not, we move on." "Sounds efficient." She nodded. "Then let me ask." She stepped right up to him, antennae brushing his cheek. "Would you be willing to bond, temporarily? For warmth and emotional connection. It helps regulate our stress levels." Dylan's heart stuttered. "Are you talking about—" "Cuddling," she clarified. "Touch contact. Non-reproductive." He sagged in relief. "Oh, yeah, I think I can handle that." That night, wrapped in a heat blanket inside his station's modest sleeping quarters, Dylan lay stiffly as Taria curled against him. Her skin was cool, almost metallic, but not unpleasant. She purred softly, yes, actually purred, vibrating faintly. "I like this," she said sleepily. "You're warm. You smell like salt and metal. Like home." Dylan chuckled. "Most people say I smell like engine grease." "I like that, too." He relaxed, allowing himself to enjoy the moment. "Will you miss me when I leave?" she asked quietly. "Yeah," he admitted. "I think I will." She was silent for a moment. "Then perhaps I could request an official observation rotation extension for scientific bonding purposes." He smiled in the dark. "That's the nerdiest pickup line I've ever heard." Was it effective? Very. Day 7. The ship was ready. Taria stood at the ramp, helmet in hand, her antennae lowered slightly. "I must return, but I will recommend you to the Intercultural Alliance as a human of unusual compatibility." "That sounds like a compliment," Dylan said. "It is." She stepped closer and gently pressed her forehead to his, an Azurillian gesture of gratitude. "Next time we meet, I may bring gifts, maybe more blankets. I'll keep your bunk ready." She smiled and looked mischievously over her shoulder. "And next time, when I ask if you're putting that thing between my legs, please don't ever say it like that again." Her laughter echoed as the ship's ramp closed, and Dylan stood watching the stars, wondering when he'd next hear that musical laugh again.